Okay, can you see and hear me okay? Okay, let's see here. Hey, I liked the next episode, even though I did like what some characters did. Good evening. Okay, we got some people on here. Um, I have mixed feelings about the episode. Overall, it was pretty good. I do feel like, for one, the Calvin and Maurice scene felt completely shoehorned in. We could have done better without seeing them in the episode at all. And Karen show, are you sure that's his baby? I'm sure that's his baby, Aaron. It's not yours. No, but Karen and Danny were the characters I disliked the most during tonight's episode. Preston and Aaron basically made it plain that, hey, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm willing to make things work with you, with Karen possibly having a baby that isn't his, and with Danny being willing for a man to tell a woman, teach me. And yet, in both cases, they pushed the men away. But in Karen's case, she had the nerve to say, I want to be single, but I want you to be there for me. Basically, friend zoning Aaron. And Danny is just a plain fool, because she said exactly what Mignon said in her TV line interview about Preston being a grown man, and it's not her responsibility to teach him. I mean, didn't Music Soul Child do that song, Teach Me How to Love or whatever? So I just don't understand what these women want. I think both Aaron and Preston would be better off going far away. Even though I like Preston's character, I'd rather this be his final episode than to see him continue to try to go after Danny, because at this point, this is ridiculous. I mean, what do women want when a man tells you exactly? Didn't even Karen say, stop saying what I want, stop saying what I want to hear? It's like you're basically blocking the men who are saying and doing what you want because you want to pursue other things. With Karen, it's Zach, and with Danny, it's the streets. I mean, Danny was shooting bullets because she had one for El Fuego, she had one for Logan, she had one for Preston, and it just annoyed me. What did somebody say? I'm so tired of Karen with show. I was tired of Danny treating Preston like a puppy. Oh, point for Preston. You know to ask before you come over. Danny is no good. She's in the fast lane. Preston's a good man. Exactly. It's like you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And I'm just thinking to myself, at least Preston's the kind of guy that didn't ask for his rent money back. Because I feel like if he would have went to that landlord, according to Danny, he could have used that white privilege to take back that 3 months rent. I would have done it. Petty or whatever, I don't care, but it was ridiculous. What would I score the episode? I thought it was pretty good. I just didn't like how certain characters acted throughout it. I'd probably say like a solid 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good. I know we talking about Sisters, but I am the only one that feels like the OVA has been boring lately. It's been so. Some things are just repetitive, but we'll talk Oval once we get Sisters out of the way. I got about 3.5 pages of notes. My live stream, I was watching through Dish Network. The episode didn't end until about like 10:13 or something. So at least I got to see the whole thing. And no, I have not watched the complete end credit. It stopped the moment the girls were up the elevator, I guess when they saw Andy's new penthouse. Karen thinks she's about to drop a bomb. I was getting to that. The reason Karen wants Fatima at Andy's place is so she can drop the pregnancy bomb to try to like shock and embarrass her, not knowing Fatima already knows, nor does she care. My issue is Karen has not went to the doctor. She has not confirmed her pregnancy. She doesn't know how far along she is. And thankfully, Aaron kept a cool head in order to figure out, well, the window's pretty close. So I just want to know there's a possibility that I'm the father. So I feel like Karen is making a huge mistake announcing a pregnancy that isn't really confirmed and then assuming Zach's the father, so pointing the finger at him. And then she's going to look like an idiot when it turns out it isn't his. So there we go. One positive, at least they finally addressed Jasmine's lawsuit about Andi saying that, hey, I'm going to go to court and shut it down because, you know, her grasping at straws has no weight in Atlanta in regards to isolation of affection. So thankfully, they finally addressed that. Fatima's going to say if it's Zach's. Jake looks like Christian Keys. How many times did Preston apologize for his actions? Preston feels like Preston is like he put out a racist tweet and he has to go on a press tour having to apologize over and over. Yeah, at this point, Preston and Aaron just go. You've done far more than enough. If Karen was woman enough, she would have invited her when she was OTP with Fatima. Instead, she tried to be messy. What do you mean OTP? Did she have her eggs planted when she left? I don't know. I know in episode 1 that doctor suggested, hey, women over 35, it's more difficult to have a pregnancy, so you might want to think about freezing your eggs. I don't think she did that. Preston and Aaron working too hard. I agree. Hanging in there, lots of videos. On the phone. Yeah, exactly. She just wants to start some crap. And if I were Fatima, I wouldn't want anything to do with it. And Andi, I do feel like, first of all, I'm glad she didn't tell Fatima outright, but I feel like she should have told Fatima just so it wasn't like keep an hour open, because we do know that if Zach goes to the basketball game, there's a good chance that Fatima will go over to Andi's house. So have you watched Single Black Female? Oh, yeah, I did watch it. No, when did that come out? Sunday. It got pretty cheesy at times where the one girl was just yelling at the restaurant, but it was okay. Hang on, I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody's chats here, because I'm also got my Twitter open at the same. I got like the chat on one side, the Twitter on the other, and then live stream on my big TV here. Yeah, Sabrina didn't really have a presence in the episode. She was just there to answer the phone, which isn't a bad thing. I just wanted to point out Sabrina, like I said earlier, the Maurice and Calvin scene was completely unnecessary, but thankfully it wasn't too long. I'm just looking at the notes real quick. Oh yeah, the gears in Fatima's head were going when she heard Gary's name. I'm pretty sure Jake is going to be in this Fatima show. I looked up and y'all were right. Jake was mentioned as one of the characters, and his girl might be Angela. To be honest, I'm tired of Maurice. Same here. Amber Riley deserves. Wasn't she in Glee? I never watched the show. I just watched a few of those songs on YouTube. I don't watch Euphoria. Danny lost a good man for like the 8th time. How many times are we going to see these two going at it? Also, can we talk about Karen trying to be a relationship guru when, even though she was right for Preston using Tanya, it's weird to call out a person on their BS when you're standing in a pile of poop yourself. So I don't know. Yeah, I think Gary isn't playing. Gary and Jake, I feel like they're legit. I mean, think of it this way. Fatima is talking about Gary for how she knows Gary in relation to Andi, but look at how much Andi is surprised by how different Zach is with Fatima than he was with Karen. I feel the same thing could be said about Gary. Like the Gary that is interacting with Zach isn't the same one who interacts with Andi. 7.5 out of 10. It amazes me how people can tell people they don't even know what they need to do. Neither Pam got on my nerves in the episode. I mean, the only reason the scene was funny was because Preston was holding his own against her. So I did like that. But Pam was treating Preston the same way Danni treats Preston. Karen needs to move on. How many times do Zach have to tell her? Can we acknowledge the fact that Karen finally acknowledged that Zach has moved on? It's just that she hasn't. Yeah, she was on Glee. Okay, I was right. Thank you. She hasn't. I hate how Tyler made Karen's character so bitter. It's just ridiculous. I mean, the fact that she's completely dismissive to Aaron being the father when you haven't even went to a doctor at all. So true. And I don't blame Preston for not answering. Yeah, because it's none of her business. It's none of Pam's business. She just was outright insulting him. And then want to get mad when he calls her out of her name, even though he didn't call her out of her name. So I don't know. But yeah, Karen and that attitude, no, it's just you ain't the one. You're not the one to tell Preston what to do. Karen is low self-worth. It's sad she has a man who loves her. Can we talk about Aaron in the same boat? The fact that he's simping over this girl and she's literally, I feel like at this point she's trying to get away from him. Just basically he's telling her everything she wants to hear while she's basically trying to do everything she can to make her not desirable to him, I guess is the best way to put it. But yeah, he did say I'll love the baby, especially if it's mine. So I don't know. This is them boys just seem to love Danni. I don't know why. I'm not saying she isn't attractive, but that attitude, nah, just again, El Fuego, then Logan, then Preston. These are the kind of women who will have these men throw themselves at their feet, who are good men. They'll turn them down, but then post online about how men ain't nothing and there's no good men out there. So I don't know. It's just weird to me how these women act. True, some people need to learn to live their lives without telling people how to live theirs. Again, it would be different if Preston was asking for advice, but he basically responded to Karen's accusations of him. They actually seem smart around them bars. See, that's the self-deprecating, well, not self-deprecating, but that's the offensive stuff that Danni says about Preston. Danny's going to act like Karen with Preston. Once he really moves on, Danny's going to try to be with him. I 100% agree. Oh, actually, somebody sent me a post. Let me check it out. Karen just want to start stuff with Fatima. Oh, yeah. Apparently, there's a virtual screening of the Medea film on the 22nd. I might check it out. Hang on. 8:30 Eastern time. I might check it out. Because the thing is, if I get to watch it early, but I can't review it until it actually releases, then there's really no need of me watching it early. Aaron is too weak. I agree. She already ran behind him. Oh, yeah, when she got called down to a salon, like literally, she didn't care, then she wouldn't have come down there. And Preston called her out for it. The thing is, Preston literally said, I'm willing to learn, but then she's like, no. Honestly, I feel like the Oval was better than Sistas this week, even though I gave it a lower score. Yeah, apparently the virtual screening is free. The episode was amazing, but he did drag it out. I was expecting Karen to tell the girls this week about pregnancy, either next week or the week after. I think it's the week after. She even told him to his face, I'm telling you this so you can stop pursuing me. True. I mean, there's a difference between being mad at Karen for turning Aaron down versus being annoyed with Aaron for not taking the hint. My thing is, I feel like she's really pushing away the father of the baby without even knowing it because she doesn't want to believe that he can be the father of the baby. That's what I think. Yeah, there's absolutely no way Karen can show who she is pregnant by. Just finished the episode. It was decent. Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't terrible, but I feel like some of the characters acted terrible. Like we just saw their bad sides. I really have no thoughts on the DC universe because they change it too much. He better pull the trigger on Over because if he starts asking Franklin questions, it's over. Oh yeah, did y'all catch the videos? IMDb dropped all the episode info for the upcoming seasons of Ruthless, Assisted Living, Bruh, House of Pain, and House of Pain, Assisted Living, Bruh, Ruthless, and Oval. I did all those videos, so check them out. All the episode titles, all the episode synopsis for all the new stuff. She ain't going to know what to do when Fatima says she already know, girl, why you invited me? I was laughing at the fact that Gary, Andi, and Fatima have all stepped foot in Zach's new house before Karen has. I hope Tyler bring Karen mom to talk some sense into her. That would be great. No, I have not seen Real Husbands of Hollywood. Karen is confusing. Do you want him there or not? I mean, seriously, why do you say you want to be single, but then say you want him to be there for you? That's ridiculous. Karen just beyond weird for me. How are you pregnant but don't know how far along you are and you don't go to a doctor? Somebody sent me a post real quick. Let me see. In credit trailer.
You got a fantastic deal.
I did?
You did. So when would you like to sign the papers? Next on Sistas.
And then you bought the penthouse. Why? So you can have a whore in my bed again? Holy shit. Look at the views.
I give it scary, Gary, none of my money. You know how I do.
Good.
You're getting some heat on you about the stocks, right? Yeah, how you know that? These are the wrong people asking the right questions.
Or Karen, some too. Here, Karen. I can't drink. Why not?
So is Karen going to tell the women that she's not pregnant? I mean, that she's pregnant? Sorry, she's pregnant? I don't know. Shell. Sure. Yeah, I got to start using that when I do my Karen impressions. The baby isn't yours, Aaron. I'm Shell. But anyway, very ridiculous. Haven't been to a doctor, but she's Shell. It's why do y'all keep typing that so I can say it? All the girls are in the penthouse except for Fatima. Well, to be fair, maybe Fatima hasn't made it there yet. Andi didn't give her a time. Andi just said, hey, keep an hour of your night open. Zach is going to be at the basketball game with Gary and possibly Jake. So while he's at the game, Fatima's probably going to go over to the penthouse. So behind the scenes, Fatima was on set at the penthouse. So you never know. Yeah. Can we trust Jake at this point? I hope Fatima tells Zach about Gary. Just because Gary is shady with Andi doesn't mean he'll be shady with Zach. Do you think Zach and Gary are going to become close? I feel like maybe it's going to be more of a Zach and Jake friendship with Gary kind of being like the middleman, since Gary is like the point man for setting them up in a business relationship. But I feel like Gary is going to be asking or giving advice too. So I do feel like that was professional because like, hey, I couldn't meet you over the phone, so let me introduce you face to face. All of it's moved to the penthouse. Karen's accent is horrific. I love your Karen voice. Is it just me? The conversation with Karen and Aaron and Danni and Preston got on my nerves. The writing was horrible. Hang on. Karen and Aaron and Danni and Preston. I feel like it was the women who were written to be worse. Hey, thanks for the donation, John. Love your work and would call you a professional critic. Would you proceed with that career? I mean, I don't know how one earns that title, but it will be cool to earn it. Gary can't be trusted. I feel like he can be in this scenario. Do you believe Karen's carrying Zach, baby? I don't believe she's pregnant until she actually goes to the doctor. Clearly, Fatima told Zach who Gary was. Dude said scary Gary. But she only knows Gary from the perspective of Andi, not the perspective of him as a hedge fund manager. So that's what I think. Is it just, I don't think I think Karen and Danni were written to be, cut from the same cloth. At least Karen apologized to Danni about the Preston thing. Do you like Grip? I think he's an efficient employee of the White House, but I do feel like Hunter is going to abuse the I can move around undetected thing. And that's probably going to lead to Grip's downfall. Because he was first introduced when Victoria got him to beat up Alan. But I wonder what she's going to do when she finds out about Grip helping Hunter and his sexcapades, if you will. So who knows? Scary Gary. Meow. I was thinking Gary for SpongeBob. I agree. Karen and Danni, their viewpoints make no sense. Better off single than deal with women like that. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. I mean, Danni is looking for a good time. That's pretty much it. I think she is pregnant with Aaron's baby. He's replacing Kyle. True. That's very true. That's a good way to put it. because Kyle was like that. As soon as Kyle replaced Max, Hunter began abusing the authority about, oh, get Denise here and help me do this, help me do that. Zach asked Karen to leave Fatima out of this, but she refuses to. That's a very good observation. She needs to back off. Zach has told her more than once that he doesn't want to get back with her. Yep. Even Charlie had more sense than these women on 2.5 Men. I never really watched that show that much back in the day, but yeah, you're right. From what I saw, you're right. Aaron, my favorite, he made sense. He made sense, but I wish he would stop simping. Aaron be the father and Karen just assuming Zach is. Did you watch Love Thy Neighbor? I watched like the first season and a half, then I just stopped. Franklin went to the pharmacy. Oh yeah, Hunter Franklin. Yeah. Let's see. Danni is a good time girl. Yeah. One and done. Or maybe call up when she wants some fun, but that's it. I'm doing the math, says Aaron. It makes sense. Exactly. I think because she's trying so hard to convince herself that Zach is the father, it's going to turn out to be the opposite. Do you think Donald's going to get Sam or the vice president when he finds out about Kyle? Possibly. I did see the preview for the Oval and the Sistas episodes. Yeah. Wait until Fatima tells Zach she invited her to that penthouse. Shake my head. Yeah. Well, Fatima doesn't know about that yet. Andi hasn't told her. Do you think if Fatima, I wonder if, well, yeah, Fatima already told Zach about Karen needing to talk to him or something. Well, why would they get into a fight? I think that would be pretty dumb. When Karen tried to embarrass Fatima with the pregnancy, I hope the ladies stay out of it, because if Karen and Aaron get into a heated argument, it's going to be on Karen because of her attitude. I feel like if she is pregnant, this woman is going to have a miscarriage because it feels like she could bust a gasket any second. Calvin was acting like a stooge in the scent with Maurice. I did not care for that scene. I love Aaron's character. He's the kind of man a woman would appreciate, but it's aggravating that Karen is just so, well, he's still trying to get with her after he, I don't know. Have you heard of the Tyler Perry show? I think it's on Hulu, for better or worse. Yeah, just don't cross over Sisters in the Oval. I can't hear you. Is the audio going out? Everyone's thinking that Aaron was saying he would love the baby if it was his, but that's not what he said. I could have, well, the way the end credit trailer was cut, or was it the 15-second promo? That's how it was. But then the 30-second promo, which they never officially released, a person recorded it on their phone for me. I didn't hear that part. Zach or Maurice? Who's the better person? I'd probably say Maurice in terms of the more, if we're talking throughout the entirety of the series, I'd say Maurice is the better person, but Zach, he cheated a lot. So Danni and Preston talking scenes are pointless. They're only pointless because Danni does not communicate. I got the promo for next week. I'm going to send it to you on IG. I appreciate that. I trust Jake and I trust Gary. LOL, are you show? Yeah, I'm show. Did anyone notice last week on Sisters in the Ovals, they doubled the scenes? What do you mean? Can you try out the Book of Boba Fett? Not a Star Wars fan, not watching it. Vice President recorded Second Lady recorded Victoria talking about her children. But why did you tell her that when you're standing in front of her in the White House? That was stupid. You should have left. Andi was smart not to call Fatima and invite her. She did call and said, keep an hour of your night open, but she didn't explain why. If Karen is really pregnant, she ain't carrying full term, just saying, yeah, for sure. Sabrina still likes Jacoby, but Jacoby still isn't even here. I don't think he's going to be in the season. Yeah, I'm sure. Did you check out the movie Devolve? Yeah, Single Black Female. Yeah, I did. It was pretty good. Danni has a lot of baggage. She's full of it. They played several scenes over on Amazon Prime. I didn't notice. Andi, not a true friend because you don't invite me to no drama. I agree. Is there one likable character in any of these shows? I would have to dig to find them. I'm sure your Karen accent is so funny. Nice. I've heard more than one person say they double scenes. Most of us did not. They may have been technical issues with your cable. Yeah, I don't know what that means. So let's see. I don't have the release dates for the new seasons of the shows I did the IMDb breakdowns for. I don't know when they're coming out. Is there a crossover of Sisters and Oval? No clue whatsoever. I mean, but yeah, for the most part, I did enjoy the episode. I mean, here's my thing. I'm not saying that Andi isn't able to enjoy the things that Gary has bought for her in her name, but and I'm not faulting Andi because no one told Gary to do all that stuff, but is it right to like rock the bags, drive the car and whatnot if you don't plan on getting back with the person who bought that stuff for you? I mean, it's funny when please do your reenactment of your review with Karen's voice. I don't know how that would go over. I mean, maybe I'll talk about the Karen scenes, but we'll see. We'll see. Aaron played in another movie twice. Yeah, I heard about that. I saw it online. Well, not the movie, but people talking about it. My rating for the episode was a 7.5 out of 10. Nancy is by far the most level-headed woman. Lily would be second. Nancy is really passive aggressive at times. The one thing if you didn't check it out, I did post my Oval review earlier today. I didn't like how Priscilla, Lily, Sharon, and Simone acted because they all made stupid decisions. Andy's going to end up getting squashed again, messing with Gary stuff. I mean, the man has probably dropped close to, if not over $1 million, trying to get her back from the car, the clothes, the penthouse. It's all in her name, but something just doesn't sit right with me. In Andy's situation, it seems like she isn't sure if she wants to be completely in things with Gary. It's one thing if you know you're done with him. Again, kind of like Aaron and Preston, if the woman hasn't made it clear, or if she has, just leave it be. Because at this point, you're just wasting money. If you could be a writer on Sisters, how would you change the storylines and characters? Unfortunately, I am not. Andi sporting those new shoes. She didn't know how to act with her feet on the desk, showing off the red bottoms. Yeah. Preston deserves better. Part of me thinks that Danni resents Preston for what? What do you think would happen if we got to fight scene with Karen and Fatima? Well, the fact that Karen is pregnant wouldn't seem fair, but Fatima will win. I wonder if Andy's going to stop messing with Robin and get back together with Gary for good. Probably. I don't like how they changed Fatima's character from season 2 to now. She was the sister with logic and reasoning. To an extent, I agree with you. Priscilla knows she loves Sam. I'm tired of that ugly crying. She's still wearing that way. 100%. I agree. I understand. See, the Priscilla in this week's episode, I like that Priscilla compared to the crazy, I'm going to burn you, I'm going to shoot you Priscilla. Like the vulnerable woman who's in pain, I want to see that as compared to the crazy woman that's the Tyler Perry standard for Black women in pain. You know, it's really old at this point. I don't know if it went through, but I sent the promo. One moment. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I'll get to your messages here soon. I just want to see if I got the promo yet. You sent it on Instagram, right? I don't think I got it. No, I didn't get it. Let's see. I hate what they're doing to Fatima. I don't know if they went through. Oh, Karen told Aaron, "I want you to know I'm pregnant, so you can stop pursuing me." Aaron says, "What do you want me to do? Just be here." Why was she so upset? Because Aaron asked, Are you sure?" Danni needs to let Preston move on if she won't allow him to improve. I think Preston needs to allow himself to move on. I'm not saying Danni isn't innocent, but Preston should know he deserves better. I was surprised Zach mentioned his other phone. I thought that was hilarious. But what does that say about Fatima for not letting him have her passcode when he willingly gave her his? I don't like how Danni was messing with Preston. What are they doing to Fatima? See, this is why I don't Sisters going above 5 or 6, because the women make the same stupid stuff, but the ratings are still up. So I don't think the show's going anywhere anytime soon, unless Fatima like skyrockets and nobody cares about Sisters anymore. Preston is looking bad. Fatima is a Medea Junior. Wait, are there female juniors? What's the like chain of command on that? Like you got Queen Elizabeth III, but is she like was there Queen Elizabeth Junior who was the second? I don't know how that works. Is Junior a name ending for just males? I never looked into that. Gary, no, Andi is easy to buy. Yeah, like the whole cop singing thing. That was. The thing is, I feel like Fatima really hasn't changed all that much. We're just seeing more of her character, because think of it this way. Her and Andi really weren't friends at the beginning. It was kind of like, secretary and boss kind of thing. And they kind of interacted. But, it's like they say, what are those memes like? Me when you first get to know me when I come out of my shell. It's like, quiet and meek versus crazy and loud. Danni would need to compromise and improve herself. She's refusing to admit her own faults. So Preston needs to move on. I think Fatima might be a sitcom. Oh, yeah, definitely. I've been saying that from the start. Sam and Nancy are similar. I really love their scene. I love their scene in the kitchen. Both messed up, but are overall decent, smart people. Yes. But the thing is, Nancy messed up in the past decades ago, where Sam messed up in real time and Priscilla saw it. So there's a difference in how both Priscilla and Richard responded. Oh, I went through my Wi-Fi was acting up. Okay. I don't like how Andi will part of her mind to something and do the opposite. Yeah, basically it's like, shut up, don't say anything. Like you'll say you do one thing and then not do it. We'll do the opposite. Oh, the promo, I got it. Oh, so Zach doesn't want Fatima to go meet with Karen. Good call. Hopefully she doesn't do it. Okay, can we admire that Andi photo that was like in the penthouse? So that was pretty good. Just started the episode. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I did not like Danni or Karen in the episode. It would be funny if Fatima's related to Medea. Now we know where she gets it from. Yeah, it would be wild. I don't like how. Okay, I only say that because she's stuck on her own hang-ups. She won't see Preston do better. Congratulations on the milestone. Yeah, 200,000. Yeah, I forgot 200,000. That was great. I know this will be an awesome year for you. I hope so. Do you think Zach will show up with Fatima at the penthouse? No, he's going to play basketball. Do you think in Tyler Perry shows and movies, the drama is unintentionally funny? It depends on the movie and the audience he's going for. Why are Fatima and Karen meeting up again? Technically, it's Fatima, the girls, and Karen, probably for the pregnancy announcement. You can tell something is about to go down with Zach. Every episode, Karen or one of the girls will make a negative comment about him. Yep. Tiana Taylor, hang on. I think I missed that chat. Danni was tired of those men in her face tonight. Okay, I will admit it was kind of funny, but You know, the Preston thing is what got me. It's like, woman, just whatever. I received the DVD a few days ago. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Glad you got it. Glad you got it. Karen needs to understand a baby don't keep a man around. There was a clip from Black TV where Earthquake, the comedian, he talked about the Summer Walker album that came out where he called it Bitter Baby Mama music. And I think he said something that was really profound. He said, 9 times out of 10, what a man and woman were before a baby came along is what you're going to be once the baby's here. Like, if you weren't together before the pregnancy, during the pregnancy, after the baby's here, that's not going to change the fact that you aren't a couple. So Hunter might as well date a supermodel. I see what you did there. See what you did there. Damn show ain't going to send one running back to you. Yeah, I agree. All right, anything else? Let me look at the notes one more time. Yeah, I can't wait to do my review. Was Sabrina in the episode? She was in the episode briefly on the phone with Andi, Danni, and they were talking about the whole Fatima being invited to the meeting. I just saw Max is going to be in a movie coming on BET this week, and I hope he's acting looks good. Okay. When will Karen go to the doctor? I don't know when she'll know for sure. Zach needs to be careful on who he trusts. I'm sorry, but I think that Gary and Jake are trustworthy. Karen needs to confirm that she's pregnant before she rules out Aaron. She needs to confirm she's pregnant before she tells anybody else. Did Jake seem a little awkward to you when Fatima came around? I got to go back and rewatch the scene, but it looked like there was a bit of a lover's spat between her and Zach about the phone thing, but I don't know. Do you feel bad for Kareem? No, he was stupid. Also, is Aaron the father of the baby? That doesn't mean that Karen is obligated to be with him. 100% agree. She doesn't have to be trapped because of the pregnancy. Even though she tried to trap Zach, I don't care what anybody says. That's what it felt like, because she did not keep that same energy she had when she was confronting Zach about being pregnant compared to when she was telling Aaron about it. It's like she was telling Zach. Remember, Zach was walking out of the door because he's like, keep Fatima out of this. We're done. And she mentioned a pregnancy to kind of pull him back, whereas she told Aaron about the pregnancy to push him away. That's what I think. Well, in Fatima, her girlfriend is dating Jake. So I think Jake is dating Angela, who is Fatima's bestie. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel Karen thinks. I agree. Do you think that Karen thought that Zach didn't tell Fatima that she's pregnant? Mm-hmm. That's why she thinks it's going to be a surprise. Karen wanted Aaron to blow up to justify not being with him when she could simply not be with him. Yep. I think Karen needs to just take a breather and calm down before she loses everything. Is it like she just putting the middle finger to Aaron about the pregnancy? I think Danni should not be in an interracial relationship if she does not want to put in the work. Yeah, she's literally saying that Preston has a lot to learn, but isn't willing to help him, even though he's made it clear that he wants to. And the surprise will be on her. These women are some messy boots. I agree, because they're all full of crap. All of them. Aaron is a little jealous that Zach is on the come up. Also, did he confirm that he lied? He said that he saw Zach roll up to the basketball court, yet when Karen came by and Zach ran over to the corner to get the ball, he literally said, "Oh, I've never seen him around before. I didn't know he was here." So did Aaron confirm that he lied? Do you think Hunter will ever leave Sharon alone? No. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he definitely lied about the Zach thing. So plus Aaron apparently is well off too. So there's that. He just mentioned the whole Zach coming up being another reason why Karen doesn't want to leave him alone. So I don't know. A part of me thinks Karen is hoping her telling Fatima would cause a rift between her and Zach. 100% agree. But it's not. Oh, Zach gets a restraining order after they find out the baby isn't his. I agree, it's his job. I agreed it's his job to do his own work, but I still don't think that's why she's giving him the stiff arm. Danny doesn't know how to handle healthy dating or relationships. Let me get back to you. I love the Fatima scenes because the truthfulness. Do you think Hunter will ever act like a legitimate president? No. Part of me thinks Karen is okay. Preston is not part of the culture. Yeah, Melrose, I agree. I've said that plenty of times. I want Fatima to go just so she can tell Karen. Zach already told me. Here's my thing. If I was dating a woman outside of my race, I would want her to teach me certain things because I don't know about her culture or what's offensive, what's allowed, that kind of stuff. How would Preston in real life? Trinity is half black, half white, but Preston is 100% white. How is it his responsibility to do the work and figure out what's Danny is a black woman, but she's not every black woman. Danny has her own, red buttons that she doesn't like pushed. So I feel like it isn't Preston wanting all of the answers. He's literally telling Danny, I'm willing to learn. Take me by the hand and help me. And then she goes on about how you're a grown man. I'm a woman who works a job. I'm a black woman that lives in America. I don't have time. This makes no sense to me. Again, that's like if I was seeing like a Hispanic or Asian woman, I would want to know about her culture. I'm pretty sure she would probably want to know about my culture. That's like me as a black man telling a woman like a white woman, hey, you should know what is and isn't offensive towards me. I'm not going to help you know that. That sounds completely asinine. I agree with that, and he should know black women are not a monolith. I think it was just misunderstood, and he has a social life problem, is why he's acting the way of Andy. Oh, you're talking about Gary. What if the baby is Aaron's, though? I feel bad for him. I don't feel bad. I think Karen owes it to herself and these men to figure out if she is pregnant and how far along she is. Preston's good, but I can't even see chasing after anyone that I caught effing two different people. Stacey, you said it. I love Fatima. I think Karen trying to be messy. Yeah, 100%. Because if she really wanted to talk to Fatima, she would not have gotten the attitude with Fatima she did on the phone last week. Exactly. Danny could have been nicer to Preston, even if she's no longer interested. Oh, yeah, that's because Danny doesn't want to admit that she's the issue. She's the one that doesn't want to put in the work with Preston. Seriously, it's like these men are telling the women what every woman wants to hear from a man, but they decide not to pursue them. And not even pursue the men, but be with the men who are pursuing them despite all their flaws and baggage. Tyler Perry does not know nothing on us black women. Danny's from Detroit, and a lot of bad stuff happens from the truck, so I get her social life problem. Right. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting sleepy now. I'll take a few more comments and then I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. Because like I said, I worked on all those synopses and whatnot, and hope y'all blow up the channel with the views. Like I've been saying in videos lately, if you haven't been getting notified, you might need to unsubscribe, hit subscribe again, and then hit the bell icon and select all, because YouTube is pretty wonky. Do you wish you could act for Tyler Perry to give him some heads up about these types of things? I don't think I would want to be an actor because I have zero experience, but I wouldn't mind like being a consultant on some of the writing. Mignon is defending her character to the max, even though it's her character that's dead wrong. 100% agree. If we had more background, we'd be able to understand them better. Yep. you didn't take your nap earlier. I did. It was about like a 45-minute nap at like 3 o'clock. You definitely need a break. Yeah, trust and believe. Tomorrow is the Sistas review. I might do a few discussion videos based on the episode, but I won't like do a lot of stuff until the promo drops. But somebody thankfully recorded the promo from their television. The quality isn't 100%, but it's still enough for me to hear. I might just go ahead and do the trailer breakdown from that, because if BET doesn't release the 30-second promo, whatever. Danny heard love and shut down. Yep. Why would Calvin drop the L word too? Yeah. Why would no, Calvin dropped the L word in season 2, I think. Why would Karen think Zach wouldn't tell Fatima about the pregnancy? He's claiming Fatima as his girlfriend, and when she called Zach's phone, she answered. That was enough proof he's not thinking about her. I agree. I mean, Karen's going to flip if she finds out Gary stepped in the new house before she did, and that Zach gave Fatima the passcode to his phone, because even Andi was like, that man takes his phone everywhere. The bathroom, sleeps with it under his pillow. It's always in his pocket. Not with me. He gave me the code. I hope next week's episode doesn't drag with Karen telling the girls about the pregnancy. I agree. Would you be an extra on the Tyler Perry show? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Hell, I wouldn't even mind a speaking role. It's just one of those things where if the opportunity presented itself, that would be cool, but I'm not an actor. Maurice needs to change of clothes. He has no room to talk about Sabrina. Fatima needs to beat Karen. Yeah. Acrimony coming. I agree. Not to mention, when you see how Andi is getting her life upgraded despite the fact that she has money herself, I mean, think about it. You got Sabrina, who has a guy who owns a restaurant chain. You got Andi, who's getting upgraded by Gary. Karen's the only one sitting like, well, I ain't gonna lie. It is commendable that she wants a house, but let's be real. I feel like she's only trying to buy a house that's close to where Zach lives. Okay. Zach hasn't mentioned Karen one time this season. Karen's just messy. Yeah, the only time he's mentioned Karen is when she calls him or somebody tells him about, hey, Karen said this or whatever. So, Andi, I love her. She's just trying so love hard, but Gary got to go. I don't even blame Gary at this point, because, she's the one who's accepting all these gifts and whatnot. That's just me. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Like I said, tomorrow you'll get your episode review, a few sister videos, but I want to try to slow things down just a little bit, because the past couple of days have been pretty hectic, from all the Ruthless stuff, the House of Pain, assisted living, Oval stuff. So I don't have any lengthy videos to do. At least I don't think so anyway. We hit 200,000. I did a video on that. Only hope is that the videos continue to do well, because I need to do my taxes like Karen to see if I can get a house myself. So there we go. Let's see. Tanya has the personality he wants, but Danny is the one he's attracted to. He just can't. He can find someone else that he can gel with. I agree. It's like he said. I'm sitting there thinking with Tanya, how is it so easy with her but not with you? I think Karen keeps referring to the way Zach kept secrets from her and is expecting him to do the same with Fatima. That's a great point. That's why she's counting on being the one to tell her so she can cause a breakup. Ballet Baby, congratulations. Thank you all for joining in. 200,000 people. We're at 200,200 and some change. So we're making numbers over here. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great night. Look out for my episode review tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So thumbs up the video. Tell your friends to subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one.